In 2010, the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Natural Resources Conservation Service created the Gulf of Mexico Initiative in response to the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. This initiative provides technical and financial assistance to landowners in selected watersheds. The goal is to improve the water quality entering the Gulf of Mexico from farms and ranches in these watersheds. Partnerships are key to the success of the initiative.
Working with NRCS, with our organization, Barataria-Terrebonne National Estuary Program, is a perfect example of cooperative conservation projects. I think we're impacting enough acreage to where we're going to have some impact, especially on Lake Verret, which is the water body that we're in right now, and then ultimately with the Gulf of Mexico, because that water drains out to the Gulf of Mexico.
It's a combined effort to increase awareness and promote best management practices and a conservation systems approach on sugarcane land.
NRCS encourages producers and landowners in the targeted watersheds to find out more about the initiative.
I would definitely encourage producers to come in. We have some practices that haven't been offered before, and I believe that producers can benefit through the financial assistance, and I believe that producers would be willing to tell others about the service and the conservation programs that we can offer through this initiative to help them to be better stewards of the land.
Yeah, I mean, I did, and I'm glad I did, and I would encourage anybody to try it out. If you don't like it, I mean, you could always go back, but once you do it, you'll like it.
We're trying to implement best management practices. We're trying to look at those traditional practices that were normally done for sugarcane production and replace them with practices that offer the same benefits as production and increased conservation. Basically what we're looking at precision land farming. It increases production. For every split ditch that is eliminated, 1 to 3 rows of additional cane can be added to that field. We're adding in field borders. Field borders, normally these borders are disc throughout the summer, throughout the growing season to eliminate the weeds. Now we're encouraging them to maintain a cover, provide that protection for the soil, serve as a filter strip where it can in some areas.
These practices are ideal for rice farmers and fit into rice farming operation very easily.
A rice field is a natural filter strip, and by allowing us to take some surface water, putting it back on a rice field, letting the rice field filter out the sediments and the nutrients, and then when we come to release the water out of the fields using grade stabilization structures, we're doing all these practices to ultimately lead to the goal of whatever water does actually leave the field, it is as clean as possible, and it's crystal clear.
Christian Resort is one of the better conservationists in this area. Not only does he work with us to implement conservation practices, but he also implements a lot of conservation on his own.
And by focusing on local efforts and a small watershed approach and working with local producers and local entities, this is a good way to start that conversation in small watersheds and small areas, and hopefully make a difference in the long run, the overall water quality in the Gulf of Mexico.
For the U.S. Department of Agriculture, I'm Bob Ellison.